Part 1, a fort was born. A river threatened it, a common man saved it. Kings made it a capital, a palace touched the sky. And then, in 1568, empires came to tear it all down. This is the story of a city that refused to disappear. This is the story of Cuttack. In 1568, the Afghan Sultan Sulaiman Karrani of Bengal swept into Odisha. Hindu rule ended. The era of independent Odishan kings was over. For the people of Cuttack, it was the end of something they had known for 6 centuries. For Cuttack, it was a rupture, but not an erasure. Empires would enter Cuttack again and again. Afghans, Mughals, Marathas, and British. Each came with power, each left a mark, but none could make Cuttack forget itself. Under the Mughals, Akbar's general Raja Man Singh allowed Hindu festivals to continue. He understood that to govern Cuttack, you could not erase what made Cuttack. What is remarkable is not only what changed, it is what continued. Jagannath worship, festivals, temple rhythms, the layered life of the city. Then, in the 18th century, the Marathas arrived. The phrase Attock to Cuttack came to symbolize the breadth of their power, from the northwestern frontier to the eastern reach of Cuttack. In that sweep of history, Cuttack mattered. It was not a forgotten outpost. It was a strategic eastern center, a sacred city, a gateway into Odisha. The Marathas also invested in Cuttack's sacred landscape, temples and monasteries that still stand today. They built the Raghunathjio Mandir in Telenga Bazar, the Amreshwar Mandir in Baksi Bazar, and the Mastaram Mutt in Sheikh Bazar. In Cuttack, empire became local, a temple street, a festival, a memory folded into the city's own rhythm. In 1803, the British entered Cuttack. They did not only want to occupy the old city, they wanted to reorder it. Parts of Barabati Fort were dismantled. Stones that once guarded kings were repurposed for roads. Cantonment Road appeared. Colonial bungalows rose. The old capital was being remade. New neighborhoods took shape. Kevtosahi, Sagadiyasahi, Tulsipur, Haripur, and busy bazaars, Chaudhry Bazar, Balu Bazar, Chhatra Bazar, names that still echo through the city today. But the British period did not produce only loss. It also produced a new kind of power, education. In 1865, T.E. Ravenshaw became Commissioner of Cuttack. He understood that Odisha's future depended not only on administration but on language and learning. Also in 1875, the Orissa Medical School was established. In 1876, the Cuttack Survey School and Ravenshaw College were founded the same year. The city that had once trained warriors now began to train doctors, surveyors, writers, and public leaders. The British broke stones from the fort, but in the same city, another fort rose, a fort of language. By the mid-1860s, Cuttack had something no other Odia town had, a press of its own. The Cuttack Printing Company, Odisha's first native-owned press, founded by Gaurishankar Rai, gave Odia print culture its base of operations. From it came Utkal Deepika, launched on 4th August 1866. It was the first Odia newspaper, and it would run for 7 decades, exposing the Nong famine and fighting to keep Odia from being replaced by Bengali in schools and courts. Cuttack became the epicenter of modern Odia literature. Key literary figures of the era, Fakir Mohan Senapati, Madhusudan Rao, Gopabandhu Das, Madhusudan Das, studied or worked in Cuttack, making it the center of the Odia language revival. In 1882, Madhusudan Das and Gaurishankar Rai formed the Utkal Sabha in Cuttack, the movement's first organized body, pushing local self-government and the unification of Odia-speaking people. 2 decades later, on 30 and 31 December 1903, the Utkal Samilani held its founding conference in Cuttack. Madhusudan Das served as secretary and chief organizer. Cultural sentiment had become a coordinated political demand, one province for one language. The political demand for a separate Odia state, which grew out of Cuttack, built the administrative case for a separate province. On 1st April 1936, Odisha was created, India's first linguistically defined province, and its capital was Cuttack. The city that wrote the literature, the city that organized the movement. It had now become the seat of the state it had fought to create. With country becoming independent, the new state needed a new capital. In 1948, Odisha chose Bhubaneswar as its capital. After nearly 1,000 years as a seat of power, Cuttack stepped back. Some cities fade when power leaves them. Cuttack did not. That step back was made possible by a quieter, earlier moment in Cuttack itself. In December 1947, with Odisha still a patchwork of 26 princely Garjat states, Odisha's premier, Hare Krishna Mahatav, convened the rulers in Cuttack, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel came in person to press the case for merger with the Indian Union. The kings initially refused, but Patel waited at the Cuttack railway station rather than let the moment slip, and it was there that VP Menon brought word that the rulers had relented. Only Moyurbhanj held out briefly before it too joined Odisha. That single day in Cuttack completed Odisha's political unification, the place where the modern state was stitched together. Today, Cuttack lives through its festivals, markets, court, colleges, crafts, and people. Its Dasera is not merely a festival, it is a city-wide act of memory. Silver shines across the streets, the old city glows. Baimundi worried if Cuttack would survive. It not only survived, it thrived, proving that a city with roots this deep doesn't fade away. It endures, evolves, and continues to inspire. A city of memory over 1,000 years.